Okay, so hey, I started a YouTube channel, and my son always bugs me because I create ones and then never get content, but this one I'm going to stick to. And so we're going to do basically Retro Canuck. You guys saw the title, so we're going to keep it very unscripted, very informal. We'll edit it together and take out any stupid stuff that I say or anything like that, but anyways, welcome. So I thought the very first thing that we would do to get started is look at this that my wife was so nice to get me today. And so the NES Classic Edition, which is apparently hard to get, and I live in a very small town, and but our EB games here had enough, and my wife showed up early, got in line 8 a.m. this morning, and got it. So we'll just do a quick little unboxing per se, and I kind of suck at unboxing, so I'm going to warn you of that. And then the idea is to hook this to my 120-inch projector, and I realize that there's been some complaints of short cables for the controllers on this, but we'll try to do it when I get it hooked up to the 120-inch projector and see how it looks and give you guys a bit of a review, although it's pretty self-explanatory. So we've got 30 games in this, and I have never played them all, even in the Nintendo days, but I am happy that obviously they got classics like Super Mario 3, but I'm also happy that they got Tecmo Bowl on here, which I loved playing when I was growing up. So we'll take a look at this and give everybody sort of a sense of the size of it and things like that. So there's the actual thing. We'll just set that aside for a second, as they always do in unboxings. Show you the boring stuff in the box. But here is the controller, and with the, as I understand it, 2.5-foot cable, which is pretty short, but we'll see. We also have a classic controller for the Wii that is supposed to work on it, so we'll get that out as well. Since I was not able to get a secondary controller purchased, they just didn't have any, and they couldn't tell us when they were going to get any. So we'll see that that's the controller, and this the direction pad does feel softer than the original NES controller, but let's put it in the hand there. But it feels pretty close. Yeah, the buttons definitely feel similar. And I was younger, I had smaller hands then, but I'm assuming that this is pretty much the same size. And there you can see the cable, which yeah, is could be prove to be pretty entertaining, trying to get away from a large projector to play. But we'll give that a shot. We'll put that there, and I just have a little wall wart there, and we have the USB mini cable. Very exciting, and HDMI cable, which in my case is probably not going to cut it, so we'll see. I may have to unplug my PS4 and use the HDMI from that. That looks to be about a 3-foot cable. So anyway, so we'll go back to this, and yeah, it is small, bigger than a Raspberry Pi, but way smaller than the original, and kind of has a sort of a rubber feeling on over here with the grooves. Power button is nice and springy, and like I heard a couple other people saying, feels like the old power button. Reset button, not so much, just a little clicky button. And so these, like I say, you can use a classic controller in this. So obviously this connection is the same as what's on the bottom of Wiimote. So little rubber feet, and you get your HDMI and your micro USB. So yeah, you can plug that into your service port on your TV if that's how you want to power it. I think I will be using the one that came with it and the cable, but we'll give it a go. And yeah, it's too bad they didn't make that open. That would have been cool, even if it had been nothing but a fake cartridge inside. That would have been kind of neat. So we will see you next when we get this hooked up to the projector. I don't exactly know how far I can get it away from the screen, but we'll see. Hey, look, it's manual. I forgot to tell you there's a manual of something in here, but guess what? I'm not going to read it, so. Okay, so here we are. We're down in the rec room, man cave, whatever you want to call it. We got the big 120-inch screen. I'm going to attempt to connect this without breaking too much. And then, like I thought, I'm going to have to use my HDMI off PS4 for now. There we go. So I'm going to be really close to this, but nevertheless, we'll record just off the screen here. And I do have a classic controller for 2 players, so we'll test that as well. Choose English, okay. There we are. Wow, I like the fact that even though we might be playing in 4x3 or whatnot, I like the fact that the menu takes up the entire screen. So what do we got up here? Display. Pixel perfect, so that kind of makes it look a bit more modern. CRT filter, that's kind of cool. I think we'll just leave it on 4x3 for now. Options. Auto shutdown. Burn-in reduction. Interesting. Hey, manuals. Okay, so the manuals aren't actually on the system. You just have to go to a website. And here's your 4 save points for each game. Which is cool. And what will we try first? Let's go real simple. Donkey Kong. Alright. I'm no good at Donkey Kong, by the way, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, cool. So I guess the thing is you gotta actually hit the reset button to get to the menu. And oh, I see. So that's how you actually save. I could go down here and hit save and boom, there we go. You know what? That's actually kind of slick though. I don't mind that. I wish you could do it from the controller. The plan is to actually get this set up so that there's a long HDMI cable and this can sit back with me, the system will sit back with me. That's kind of the only way I can see how to do it. Let's just jump into Excite Bike. Sweet. Alright. Go on to your classic Super Mario or whatever. Super Mario 3. Let's just compare the different looks. So now we have it, like say, in just the regular 4x3. We'll load that up. And this is so much better than the Virtual Console versions of these games. The emulation's done so much better. I don't know whether they've got an actual Nintendo stuck inside this thing or not, but it feels really good. And let's hit the reset button. I don't know if you can change display on the fly. I'll assume you can. Gosh, I actually don't know how to get back into the game. I guess you just hit this. Nope, that restarts it, so that's not it. Well, I don't know if you guys can really see much of a difference there or not. I'll revert to my son who's got the camera here. You see any difference?
From what I know, the Pixel Perfect, is that what you're on now?
Yes.
It changes it slightly to a little bit less. So when it's on 4x3, it stretches each pixel to about an extra third of how wide it is, which isn't super, like, it's not that much wider, but when you go to Pixel Perfect, it changes it down to an exact square for each pixel, which is how the developers saw it when they were making the game. So essentially you're playing the game as if the developers were playing it, and if you switch it to 4x3 you're playing it as if somebody bought a Nintendo and put it in their home like normal. And when I look at it, I don't see much of a difference, but if I saw them side by side, there'd probably be a significant difference.
Okay, so yeah, he's done a little bit of homework on it. Show off. Alright, anyways. You know what? I honestly think it's a good value. It's kind of a bummer that you can't, you know, I don't know what they'll do for an encore to this, whether they'll just make a new one and then you end up with another one. Would have been cool if they could have done sort of some firmware updates or something where you could buy things to add more games or whatnot. But you know, this is a really good, I think it's a really good cross section of games, so I think they did a good job. There's a few in here I haven't played before, but unless you guys want to see a specific one, I'll leave it at that. And obviously it plays pretty well. This short cable will deal with that, but like I say, by moving the console back or getting some extension cables or something, but if I do that, I'll let you know in another video. Anyways, good value. I know a lot of people aren't going to be able to get one right away because of a shortage of these things. Sometimes I think Nintendo may do that on purpose. It worked with Amiibos, but anyways, that's another thing to talk about some other time. So, thanks for joining me, and see you later.